Well, any observant viewers will recognise this as the Aberfeldy Parish Church grounds, and I've been on a provisions run, and I've stopped for a cigaretto at this bench, but I've not rolled yet. But I like to come and just sit here. It's a lovely. Look at this. Look at the. The marigolds have not done quite so well this year with the heat, and how dry is it in here? No, it's not right. We've had rain. The coles moss and the nasturtiums are beautiful, aren't they? It's just all you need, really, Andrew. There's a tub with plenty of daylight reaching it, no overhanging branches, and a good supply of drinking water in the hot weather. And these plants will do marvellous things with the colours. There's a bit of imagination with the person who's actually planted these, because you can see the formations, they're absolutely brilliant. It's just a bit sad that the marigold, the French marigold, has not come to. There's a different variety of that, I think. Here's the French marigold here. This is more like a tagetes, but not as what do you call it? Fern. Tagetes is quite a blocky plant. Look at this. I mentioned before that they got rid of the wild flower bed, which I thought was a pretty sad thing to do. I've no idea why they did that. A couple of poppies have tried to, well, more than one actually, come through. And these flower baskets, the geraniums and stuff like that, it's all very pretty. And again, people mowing the grass too often when the sun's baking down. It's not good for the grass. Look at that, kills it. Better to leave it. Once the conditions cool down again, just get the mower in and you'll have a perfectly green lawn. Although there should be stripes. So if they want to stripe, they've got to put a roller on the back of the machine, you see. Yes, I spent many hours at Albrecht School, well, not hours then, years, perfecting the stripe on the lawn, and it was done in such a way that from the headmaster's study, when he looked out his window, he wanted to see it so that it all was running parallel with the stream which ran down the side into the big pond. And if I squinted it slightly, I used to get sort of upset with me, not speak to me for days on end. I always knew what it was about. I'd lost my tracking when I was striping the lawn. But it's been a pleasant day. That road was extremely busy today. In fact, it's been a bloody nightmare. I went to Comrie this morning, and then I came back, and there's so many lunatics on the road today. And then when I got back, I made a power cut this morning. That's why I bailed out, because there's no power in the house for hours and hours. I think it's back on now, but I thought, what am I going to do? And I thought I may as well just go on a provision run to Aberfeldy. Well, so the Glen Road was absolutely jam-packed, and I understand there's been another accident on the A9 over Dunkeld direction. And all the flowing traffic coming over the Glen, it was both ways. It was a real nightmare. And so many of these caravanners and stuff, and they don't know the road, and they're trying to tank it at 50 miles an hour, and they're coming into all sorts of problems. And it's not the best road condition-wise either, at least for the familiar drivers on that route like myself. Well, I know where every damn pothole is, and every wrinkle and every crink. It's terrible what's happened to that road. It's shocking. I've been complaining to this council since February 22, I think it was, I started complaining to them. Still nothing done, just the odd repair job here there, but not, it's needing resurfaced completely. And the topic line cockle, you follow that road up there, the books of Aberfeldy, and right up, it's a huge climb, and whether it's walking, cycling or driving, but it's a huge climb up to the top of the line cockle. And the road on the actual summit is beyond the joke. I mean, absolutely hell. You can see these big lorries are not made for these country roads, and so this co-op lorry is coming down to obviously deliver, but he would normally come off the A9 and come along by Aberfeldy distillery sort of thing. You know? Too much information, Andrew. Not really, I'm giving you a brief rundown on what it's like in Aberfeldy today. And it's the 31st of July, and it's I think the Mercury retrograde with its shadow effect is still with us until Monday. I think it's having the last final joy because there have been so many issues and problems just in the last few days, particularly for myself, being a Virgo. I dare say Geminis will probably be equally affected, both having the ruling planet Mercury as well as Mercury is the ruling planet of the birth sign. But this is a very gay cross today. Gay in its traditional sense, meaning happy. Yes. Nothing wrong with ribbons when they're like that, but if they're put into the, you know, the colours of a rainbow, then they're not all right. That's just my opinion, of course, but I don't like rainbow colours. I like rainbows in the sky. I've seen plenty of them of late, in Crieff particularly. But I don't like the woke, what do you call it, the woke generation accepting or at least hijacking the rainbow colours for their own purposes. I hate it. Just like I hate the nationalists for adopting the saltires they're on. It's not it's not the nationalist flag. It's the flag of Scotland. St Andrew's Cross belongs to us all, not the bloody nationalists. It should be banned at all the rallies, in my opinion. They should not be allowed to raise that cross, you know, the saltire, in respect of the nationalist independence movement. They shouldn't be allowed to. They should have their own flag for that, you know, like Swinney's face or something of that nature, or Sturgeon's face, Sturgeon's crooked face, in both sense of the word. Yeah. But it's a joyous day. The end of July is we're still in the full moon, of course. It's it'll be the full moon 29th of July, and that would have been in the sign of Aquarius. So that kind of makes sense. Gemini and Aquarius are opposite signs, aren't they? Well, no, Gemini is what are we into? Well, Cancer and Aquarius will be opposite, Andy. Yes, they are. No, wrong, quick, get your brain operating. You're into Leo season, Andrew. My goodness, this is Leo season. And then we'll be into the Earth sign of Virgo. It's amazing how the year turns, isn't it? It really is, it's amazing. But this is a great place just to sit and relax and have a cigaretto. And the noise of traffic when you're sitting in a place like this doesn't impact me at all. It's not a nuisance noise. But it is when I'm in my garden, for example, because it drives too quickly in the 85. Well, I've got to do a few more stories in the A85. But unfortunately, there's nowhere to bloody park unless you travel 20 miles from my home address or more. Yeah, so tomorrow's a White Rabbit Day. 1st of August, any. I have to say, I was up in Crieff last night, and I travelled down the line. I've never seen this, everything so beautiful as last night. It was absolutely amazing. And normally, this when you're driving, you can't pull in anywhere to get a picture. It's not got the same effect. But just looking at the angle of the sun and all the north-facing slopes and the shadows and the brilliant sky. It was quite chilly last night, but the sky was just beautiful, and the sun and all the animals, livestock and all the birds. It was just I've never seen anything so beautiful. And the colours of the heather started to come through against the the burnt grasses, and the grasses dying back, and the bracken still being green, of course, but it was all just a huge mixture of beauty. I have to say, I was absolutely almost reduced to tears. That's how beautiful it was. But we've got clouds in the sky today, and cloudy conditions are not always miserable, you know. The cloud can be a bit of a godsend to, get on with some things that you would not normally attend to. And if you're like me, just like sitting gazing at clouds, I mean, it's a perfect day for just lying in the grass, looking upwards and watching the passing cloud formations. And sometimes you'll be able to see some of your ancestors in the clouds looking at you. I find that often. I always see the faces of people I know that have passed over looking down on me. Yeah. So I'm a regular visitor to Aberfeldy's fine shops for quite a number of years now, and I would rather come up here than spend a couple of hours and dash around the bloody supermarkets ripping you off. I had a bit of thoughts. I think I was talking about on some load about these self-service checkouts and stuff, but also I was thinking more deeply about checkouts in general in the supermarkets. I was trying to work out why the noise of that, that beep of the barcode has got to be so loud. Well, of course, it will be to indicate to both the assistant and customer, and probably management, in case there's some dodgy assistant giving free produce away, that noise indicates that a sale has been made. They can quickly go and check on the computer if it has gone through, if they wanted to. But I think there's another reason to do it, and I actually believe this is probably more the reason. And for every single item you get, like say there's a loaf of bread, beep, and then a couple of boxes of tea or something, or coffee, coffee bags or something like that, beep, beep. And every time that beep happens, it's just the supermarket's way of telling you you're a fucking mug. Mug. They're paying such ludicrous prices for such crap. Packet of chocolate biscuits, fucking £2 or something. Beep, mug. I might write to one of the supermarket chains and ask them if that is the reason. See what they say. No harm in trying, and get a response to see if they come back and say, You know, for the millions of customers that come through our door, you're the very first person that's actually made that observation. Yes, that's exactly why we do it. We had a supermarket convention with all the leading chains, and we came to a decision what volume we use when we put things through the checkout on the automated digital device. And we decided on this, certain beep at a given hertz of noise to annoy you as well. And we also got it, made as a decision that that with it, it'd be a sort of underlining that we've just taken your money for crap. Mug. Anyway, I'm going to have my cigarette, Andy. I think you lost track of your story there. Yes, just as well that wasn't a live broadcast on BBC Radio 4. It's you're just sitting there, being interviewed for the Today programme or something. When you think about it, honestly, if you think about the number of radio stations that's available, the number of television programmes you can watch, the number of sports channels, the number of fucking everything, movies and all the rest of it, which are all crammed into a 24-hour condensed period, which you're only awake for 8 hours. And I find it quite incredulous that people will part with, 49 quid or something, or 40 quid for Sky Television with all the different channels, when they can only possibly watch one programme at a time. I'm not joking, you're better without a television. I'm not trying to be nanny state person again, I'm just telling you that you better get rid of television. It does you no good at all. It's not even entertainment. It's definitely driving people to a form of insanity. They don't realise that the whole programming industry is geared up to wipe out your brain. The woke agenda by that Netflix as well. Not just now, I don't know, I've never watched anything for so many years, I can't really tell you what's going on now in television now. I could just imagine all these bloody dramas and stuff. I mean, that's all it is, fucking drama. Drama about bloody wildfires as well. I mean, I saw something in the news yesterday about a wildfire in Suffolk. Suffolk in England is a massive county, and if they've got a fire, which is probably started deliberately, about this, the size of 4 football pitches joined up together. I mean, it's sizable, but it's not the end of the world, is it? If you get the fire crews in, then it should be able to get that sorted. But the way they portray it is like the whole of England's on fire. I get fed up with it. I see through all the lies every single day of my life. And every time I do happen to tune into anything, I feel my whole, every part of my body goes into a negative zone. So I just refuse to. I'm becoming more and more able to refuse to even look at the news headlines. Then somebody might say, well, how the hell are you going to keep up with current affairs? I don't want to keep up with current affairs. I don't care about your current affairs. I don't care anymore. I've spent a lifetime trying to educate myself with current affairs and keep up to date. And I realise it's just, what's the point of it all? Because all it's doing is destroying the happiness of your life. It's not important. I couldn't care less who's the Prime Minister. I couldn't care less what what's happening in Europe or other parts of the world, because I can probably just think about it anyway. It's you know, if somebody is a farmer, perhaps in Azerbaijan or something, I hardly think he or she will spend any point of their day getting worried about some issues that were happening in the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, for example. I don't think they're not, well, Azerbaijan's in Asia, of course, but what I'm saying is they're not going to get themselves in a tizzy about anything that's happening in the world stage, because it doesn't affect them. And more people should get into that way of thinking that, well, does it actually impact me? No, not really.